Hey, from the moment I dropped the first track through the Polk Reserve R700, it was one of those "why didn't I do this sooner?" moments, like finally hearing music with real presence instead of muffled background noise. Before anything else, check the current price and stock, because tower speakers this capable disappear quickly once people actually hear what they do. This is for the person who's tired of noticing what your current speakers don't do, the missing punch in the low end, the lack of detail in your favorite tracks, the way movies feel flat instead of immersive. I used to put up with that too, telling myself it was good enough, shrugging off the tiny frustrations, until one day I realized I was spending more time adjusting settings than actually enjoying the sound. That's the moment you know you've outgrown compromise. Once I switched to these towers, everything changed. Music filled the room with richness instead of just volume. Movies suddenly had depth I hadn't realized was missing. Dialogue became crisp without shouting, and bass actually felt like bass instead of a weak rumble. These don't just play sound, they present it with intention and detail. I've listened through long playlists where every instrument suddenly had texture and space, through movie nights where every explosion and whisper felt purposeful, and through late-night listening where subtle detail was finally there without fatigue. The combination of the tweeter, mid-range woofers, and those long-throw 8-inch drivers doesn't just push air, it creates a soundstage that feels alive. Performance here isn't about numbers on a spec sheet. It's that moment when you hear a track you know well and suddenly notice elements you never heard before. It's the confidence that your room isn't muting or distorting the important parts, instead, it's revealing them. And while you're thinking about it, don't let price swings or stock quirks be the reason you miss out. Tower speakers this refined at this price point don't sit on shelves long once the word spreads. If you're hesitating because your current setup gets by, here's what surprises you. Once you feel what real clarity and depth feels like day after day, anything weaker starts to feel like a compromise. There's a pride that comes with owning something that doesn't just output sound, it shapes it with purpose. Sound that fills your room with impact and clarity. Every instrument feels distinct and intentional. Dialogue stays clean without being harsh. Bass hits deep and controlled, not muddy. A soundstage that feels wide and natural. They're full-size towers, not tiny bookshelf speakers. They need room to breathe for best performance. At some point you stop circling comparisons because the choice that keeps pulling you back is the one that sounded right all along. Don't let this be the upgrade you delay and then regret later. Check the current price and make the move. This is the speaker upgrade that finally matches how seriously you take your sound.